What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going down, everybody? Happy Monday. It's your boy 800 Stizzles, God in man form, and the Prophet de jour. How y'all doing, man? Mondays. I told y'all how I feel about Mondays. You know what I'm saying? It's especially for you guys that are in the rat race. You know what I'm saying? The rigmarole. It's hopefully a night for you guys. You know what I'm saying? To enjoy some of the crazy shit that I talk about. Monday in particular, like I say, is my sports theme show tonight. So we're gonna keep it sports related. You know what I'm saying? Talk about a few things, man. You know, them T Wolves. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give a shout out to them. I gotta give my flowers, man. Ant Man. Ant Man's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. Something that I saw, like I said, I've spoken about this before many times. Just my perspective on how he needs to be able to take over a game at the right times. And I think he's doing that now. I think he's showing that quality, and that quality just like totally adds to his resume, which is one of the final things about him transcending. Because for about 2 years, I called him the face. You know what I'm saying? So the league, and just because of the situation with the team, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out roster, trying to figure out correct players to match them up with, and things like that, haven't been secured fully. But I think we got one that can do some damage late in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying, at the finals, right? But I felt that his particular thing that added to his resume, like I told you, was that final. You know what I mean? Give me the ball, man. Put the ball in my hands, like that. That is some like illish. That's some ill stuff in basketball. Like for me personally, I think that's one of the illest moments in basketball is when a guy like, no, give me the ball and we about to get a bucket. You know, and like you can't you can't coach that. That's just total instinct and just total, you know what I'm saying, like take over a game mindset, you know, and when you have that, I think the pieces around you just automatically fit in. You know what I'm saying? Because you know and they know that when the time comes, floater game, let's go to the crib, man. Let's go back to the houses, man. Send women and children to bed. Let's go looking for dinner. You know what I'm saying? Type shit, right? That's what that is, man. And has started to perfect that mindset and doing it at the right times. And so, you know, big up to him, man. Flowers to that man. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about, you know, sports news, things I've seen. Um, One thing I saw, uh, who was this? Kendrick Perkins. I don't know if anybody knows Kendrick Perkins. He was a big pillar on the Boston Celtics championship team. Um, and he's been around the league, but now he's a sports announcer on podcasts. You know what I'm saying? On ESPN, um, and you know, around the league. So he comes with a lot of opinionated things. One of the things in particular that he talked about was he said that the Hawks trade. These are him, quote, quote, Hawks trade Trae Young for basically nothing. Just 3 years ago, we was talking about Ja Morant, being the face of the fucking league. Europeans are coming in and setting an example on and off the court. You know, it's quote unquote, right? Huge, man. Huge statement, man, because you know, I'm a prophet, man. So I mean, if you tune into my shows, you're gonna get used to how I spit in this shit, right? And this is what I love about the video medium because I've been in it for a long time, so I have video documented of things I said. I've said this a long time ago. I've said how uh, I spoke one time about the draft, and I read the profile of the players in the draft, you know, in a mock draft, and it had, you know what I'm saying, like the first 30, it was like 6 Europeans. Within the first 10, it was like three. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I think what who was it? I think it was the boy. I think it was Giannis. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to say, like, you know what I mean? I've been like the game is catching up. That's the crazy thing about it, right? You think about when the game was introduced in the United States, right? And you look at our progression and where our kids are at and what we're doing. And then you look at the Europeans who, or not Europeans, but you look at all the basketball without borders, right? Saying all these other places that are playing basketball, and you look at these people playing basketball, you like, play basketball, right? And how long ago did they really, 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 really get introduced to it, right? It's less time than we have, and that's crazy. They're picking up on the game a lot quicker than we are because teaching some bullshit. Teaching some bullshit out here, man. Oh God, hey, they teaching some bullshit out here, man. I'm watching it, bro. I'm watching it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I had to step back, bro. I had to step back to prove. You know what I'm saying? I had to step back to prove I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I had to step back. I had to be like, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it shouldn't even have to be like that because the proof is in the pudding, man. The bad basketball is being taught, man. I'm telling you, our European stars in our NBA, which is supposed to be the highest level of basketball in the country, or excuse me, in the world, in all countries. This is supposed to be where all the elitists go to play. And if that's true, then people from other countries are the elitists. Why is that? Why is that? We'll talk a little bit about it tonight, you know what I'm saying? Making adjustments, you know what I'm saying? Just in a sense, we'll talk more about that. But yeah, man, I think that was a huge statement that he made because I think a lot of people hear it, let it pass by. I don't think they understand the magnitude. A lot of things, like I be saying, like I tell people, that's why being a prophet sucks. I say it all the time. Being a prophet sucks because what you're doing is you're telling people what you see. That's what you see it about to happen. You like, man, I seen this. I was asleep last night. I had a dream. I was like, oh, these motherfuckers gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? We got to do something about that. I'm like, yo, there's a red light right there. There's a wall right there, man. Like right there. I'm like, all right. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's crazy, man. That these guys from other countries, have taken the game of basketball to a level where they're coming over to America and they're dominating us. Dominating. I'm listening to what the fuck I'm saying. They're dominating us. Jokic is. I don't talk about people, but you get shots on here. I've talked about this. I talked about this before, and this ain't no disrespect, Jokic, because you the illest motherfucker in the league. Besides Westbrook, I think you and Westbrook are the illest motherfuckers in the league. You know what I'm saying? I thought Oscar Robertson was the illest motherfucker, right? So that's why everybody talk about the GOAT. When I talk about the GOAT, I do think about Oscar. But take a look at Jokic. As a matter of fact, if you want to, take a look at him last year and the year before. Take a look at how this guy looks. He reminds me, I've said this before on this show, I know I did. He reminds me of like that. What's his name? I forgot what his name is. Kurt Schilling. Kurt Schilling? I think it's Kurt Schilling from baseball. Motherfucker was beaming motherfuckers. He was pitcher, nigga. He was bow. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker was big though. Like I'm like a couch potato. You know what I'm saying? But he's big in him. And I was like, I made a comment. I'm telling you, I made a comment a long time ago. I said, baseball is the only sport where you can be a couch potato and be successful. Now, the way we teaching these kids in America, you can be a couch potato in the league, in the NBA, and still get triple doubles, average triple doubles. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. What are we teaching these kids, man? Facts on facts, bro. Facts on you see. Now you see. I know what I'm talking about. Now you see. Oh God, now you see. I know what I'm talking about. It might sound crazy to you. If you listen to it, blessings to you. You get blessed. If you don't, pass it on to somebody else. Pass it on to somebody else that need it. That's crazy though, man. That's a big statement to make. It totally is a big statement to make. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that your boy Jay Crowder made a statement. These are statements from the league, bro. I'm trying to help the young people, man. You know what I'm saying? I try to be a voice for the young people, man. Most of the stuff I'm talking about or coming to people about is the stuff that the young people are telling me. Because I deal with the young people. I deal with them. They talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they talk to me. They tell me things. I be like, yo, some of the stuff, especially these high school kids, some of the stuff I be like, yo, hey, on everything else, I hear what you said, walk through. Right? But a lot of the stuff I be like, oh, okay, we need to, you know what I'm saying? We need to check into that to figure out what we're gonna do with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Hold on, man. Get back to Jay Crowder in a second. Let me text my son. My son might roll up in here. I might have to take him to the urgent care. Hold on. So Jay Crowder says, so no one's gonna admit the NBA is in a weird place. The league is pickup ball now. Told y'all that. Hey, you shit. I episode this. I just saw this after I posted that, right? The league is pickup ball now. What happened to trying to exploit teams' weaknesses? We'll talk about that tonight. I'm making adjustments and making chess moves. What happened to game plans? Watching games this season, not just because I'm not. He said, I'm watching games this season not just because I'm not playing. It totally feels weird. It totally feels and looks weird. It's crazy. See, as a player, it's just one way, but then once he started being like, um, once he started being like out on the out, you know what I'm saying? Because now you're older now, they're looking for younger people, so you go out quick when you get older in the league. You know what I'm saying? Longevity is really short when it comes to Father Time. So, um, now he's sitting there watching the game now. You know what I'm saying, on TV and peeping out, you know, things and mishaps and crazy weird basketball, man. I'm telling these words because it's real stuff. And it's crazy because people keep talking about how they also about doing something about it, change about it. But then when change doesn't happen, why? Like, I don't get that. If change don't happen, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? How are you trying? Because when change, ask my ask my kids I coach. Ask every one of them. When I say change gonna happen, change happens, or we're gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I am when I coach. That's how I am. I'm told. See, I'm like KG when it's a between them 96 feet, man. It's a boom, jump ball, cool. Buzzer sound. What's up? How y'all doing? Love. What's up? What's up? But during that, hey, it's time to go get it. So you got to be dialed in on another level to help change happens, and everyone knows that with change comes resistance. Whenever there is resistance, that's when the most change is starting to happen. That's the biggest problem that a lot of people don't understand, because you got to have resistance to have change. Otherwise, you're staying the same. That's why there ain't no resistance. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got to keep pushing harder, especially for that change, because these young people nowadays are very smart and manipulated. They learn it when they were babies. They learn it. They're very manipulative to keep things how they are, because how they are is fine. It's complacency. It feels great. We got to teach these kids, no, you got to push for more. You got to push for more. And that basketball being played in the pros is an example of what's lacking in our kids nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Just the fundamentals of basketball. We're just shot, yak, 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 yak. You got a dude who literally, and I'm sorry, Yogi, this is my show. I'm sorry, I said everybody get it here. But you got to do this couch potato, man, getting triple doubles on fools. And I'm telling you right now, I give you your flowers, because that's all on God respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm old as hell, but I put up some numbers. I put up numbers in categories. I'm going to get steals, blocks, rebounds. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I score all the time. But when I get hot, don't flex now. But I'm definitely getting all the other ones in all the categories. You know what I'm saying? And these young people nowadays don't understand that. All they're understanding is jack up shots, jack up shots, jack up shots. That's what the people, and I'm visually telling you what I'm seeing. That's what they're teaching the kids. That's all they're teaching the kids. That's the problem. That's all they're teaching them. Jack the shots, jack the shots, jack the shots, jack the... Man, I'm telling you. I took a step back just to check to see. Anyways, Tom Izzo says, no quote, but he just talks about the whole situation with um, watching basketball games, watching college basketball games. I love college basketball still, even with the NIL shit. Still, motherfuckers balling. Still, like, you ain't gonna get that away from it. That, and the reason why is because college basketball is like, if you stay off 4 years, you're literally covering your biggest gap of the body development. Like, your body changes dramatically. Like, my son 18, and like literally overnight, nigga just was like, you know what I'm saying? He just was like, yo, I see him in his jersey, his basketball jersey, and thing. I just saw him the phone with him. He was cool. You know what I'm saying? I seen him in his basketball jersey. Our first game in December, nigga was like, blah, blah. I said, damn, you know what I'm saying? But that's a huge time where young people are developing into adults, so they're getting their adult bodies. Their bones are fixed. You maybe get like 1 or 2 more inches, maybe possibly, but most of the time it's going to be a massive muscle adjustment. You know what I'm saying? The body just starts collecting muscle more. You know what I'm saying? And mass, and get faster. You know what I'm saying? You get faster, right? Because if you get more muscle, you get more speed, right? And so, these guys are running, jumping, boom, they feel it, they feel it in their bodies, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, I can fly now, you know what I'm saying? And so college basketball is that still essence, you know what I mean? And I've talked about, the NIL and all the, and even before the NIL, guys wanting to go to the NBA, declaring for the NBA, you know what I'm saying, before they graduate. So they're going into the NBA. Some of these guys are going in. LeBron was 18 before 18. They're in the NBA. So they're advancing. They should be advancing because they're actually dealing with grown men right away rather than in college and dealing with other guys that are developing just like you are. Point what Tom Izzo was trying to say, back to it, not to get sidetracked, because I love college basketball, but he was saying that people are are treated very unfairly with the fact that we have to pay all these different monies for different accounts with different streaming platforms to watch games. Like, you got Peacock, you got Prime, you got ESPN, you got and then you got your regular channels that are holding some of these shows, but you got to pay like 10, 12, 99, 19.99 for Netflix, movie side. But a lot of these platforms are between $5.99 and 19.99. So it's very unfair because it's not like you have one channel that consistently has all the games, and then the other ones is just like you have if you get it just in case. You have to buy all these ones if you want to enjoy the pleasures of watching that many games or certain teams, because certain teams are basically excluded on the certain platforms. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that which I'm happy about. Bias. I'm happy that Disney, which has ESPN Plus, because what I'm saying, TJ's gonna be playing with Columbia, and Columbia is all their football program is all ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus. That basketball team ain't that much, but their football team is definitely ESPN Plus. So get to watch some of his games, and I feel that pain because it's like your viewership for your particular team ends up dropping down, just off of off of people, because people we're very stubborn in our ways. As because we are, one thing I do want to give us as consumers is we are stubborn as hell as consumers. Like, we be like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why people are saying this, because like we be questioning this shit. Like, when it comes to like paying our money, we do question some shit now. Don't get us wrong. You know what I'm saying? I think we just go for it because we have to, but I do think we do be like, hold on, got to pay for 5 different networks just to watch a season of basketball, like, and I feel for us, you know what I'm saying? And one day we'll get together and we'll be strong enough to enforce the government to remove that inflation. and hopefully maybe give us like a year of getting things at cost. You know what I'm saying? Like real facts at cost. So hopefully one day that'll happen. That'd be dope. I honestly, I would Trump. I would take that over these $1,200 checks you trying to give everybody. This sucker shit you trying to give everybody before you motherfucking raise the prices again and shit. I ain't dumb. I would definitely love for you to just say, hey, look, everybody in the United States, everything you get is at cost. Damn, just for a year. Somebody that came home. But you know what I'm saying? So Trump, if you hear me or if you're hearing this segment that I'm talking about, man, this is dedicated to you, brother. Player, you know what I'm saying? Number one player. Number one player, man. Hey, man, you mad at me all you want to. I don't like the dude, but the dude do what the fuck you want to do. That's, you can't take that from him. We can hate the dude all we want to, but the dude do what the hell he want to. So I'm gonna ask the dude, hey man, give us 1 year. Just be like, hey, on God, just on 1 year, for 1 year, just say everything that you buy for 1 year is at cost. Bam. I guarantee you you got American people on your back. I tell you, quicker than that $1,200 check, give us a year of just cost. We straight. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people, man. We the people. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy, Courtney Rhymes. I just want to give this out to the people because everybody's out there protesting right now against ICE, punk motherfuckers. And I just want to read this. I thought this was dope. He put up the Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment. See, one thing before I read this, what I want to say to my people is, like I said, I drop jewels within the things that I'm saying. So hopefully you guys pay attention if you listen to it. Blessings. If you don't, what meant for you. We are a nation at war, and we're at war with our government. Our government has found out how to manipulate us, and we need to do something about it. In order for us to do something about it, we're gonna have to stick together. We're gonna have to stand together, and we, the people, is a line that was created. It's the first line in the motherfucking book. And what people have to understand how strong of a line that is because that's the first line in the book. Everything else is an amendment to the first line in the motherfucking book. Everything else is just a manipulation piece to motherfucking get us away from the first line in the goddamn book. I'm telling you, we the people, in order to form a perfect motherfucking nation. We the people. We the people. Everything else is an amendment to make that happen. But that's the first line of the goddamn Constitution. That's a motherfucking government document that they can't motherfucking do shit about it. All they can do about it, they can't burn it, they can't tear it up, they can't do nothing. That's why they have to keep making amendments. Because they can't motherfuckers. Everything I drop is a jewel, man. All you gotta do is pick it up, man, on the God, man. So what my man Courtney Rhymes put out, very important for all y'all out there protesting right now, because these motherfuckers is coming. I told you niggas, motherfucking Minnesota's a Mecca. I told you, this is what happens in Meccas. This is what they coming for. Why are they coming for the kids? Why? Why are they coming for the kids? Have y'all seen the education system in LA? Have y'all seen the education system in New York? Why are they coming for the kids in Minnesota? Come on, man. It says the Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution protects individuals from unreasonable searches and seizures by the government, ensuring that law enforcement generally must obtain a warrant based on probable cause before intruding on a person's responsible expectation of privacy. This right is a cornerstone of privacy law and limits arbitrary arrest and surveillance. You within your right to say, nah, you can't come in here. I'm sorry, you cannot come in here. And they are breaking the law if they do. They can be arrested. And I don't know about y'all. I don't know if y'all ever watched Law and Order, but police can get arrested too. That's on the God, nigga. Hey, I'm just saying, y'all ever watch Law and Order? Y'all should have watched Law and Order, man. I'm gonna twist off from this, but just should have watched Law and Order, man. I hope you do, because it's like Rosetta Stone, man. I think it gives you a little insight. If you ain't, it's a quick course. You ain't gotta do 8 years. You can do watch Law and Order. You watch a binge watch 8 years of Law and Order. It's about the same. You know what I'm saying? So to God, man. But hey, y'all, listen. Tonight's show, Man, I'm gonna be quick tonight, man. I got to get off because I got to figure out my son's eye. You know what I'm saying? He got popped in the eye tonight. Very, 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 very ugly game tonight. You know what I mean? From a coaching standpoint, it was just like, yeah, um, just wasn't playing hard enough. Not playing, not saying no, yeah. As a coach, I gotta take that back. Not playing hard enough. I think that's the thing, and I think that's because, um, you know, missing, um, missing a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Consider myself a heartbeat. But yeah, I'm gonna get off a little bit early tonight, man. I'm just gonna touch into this real quick, get into it, and let you guys go so I can figure out my son. Talk about the game another day. But yeah, making adjustments. You got to be able to make adjustments, people. Coaches, I gave you guys the coach's eye last episode. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about things that coaches need to do. And making adjustments is one of the biggest things that coaches need to do. Coaches need to understand how to make adjustments, because making adjustments means that you're figuring out what's happening out there and you're changing it. We talked about change, right? And you got to be able to do that in games. You know what I'm saying? On the fly. Huge. It's a huge quality to be able to do that on the fly, because you can't just make adjustments at the beginning of the game, halftime. It has to be throughout the whole game, because everybody says this too. You know what I'm saying? It's a game of runs. Right? So if it's a game of runs, if their run is coming, you got to stop them. Then you got to get your chance. Now it's time for you to put your run together, right? So, but it has to be a way of being able to read that. I just be like, the whole game is game of run for us. We just run and gun. That's how I play. I just be like, yo, we just run, go, run. You tired? All right. See, that's the thing about me, though. You know what I'm saying? I be having motherfuckers like this. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why you come out and you be like, coach. My kids be like, coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, run. No, you break out, you go in. Run. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it. Because you gotta be like that, I think. And that's a way to test the adjustment. You know what I mean? Like, it's a way to test the other team, it's a way to test your team at the same time. I feel that the biggest moment for making an adjustment comes at the jump ball. The type of coach I am, I look at as soon as the 10 players come on the floor, I look at the tallest person. I look for the tallest person. I look to see who has the tallest person. If we got the tallest person, we finna go ham. That's just how I think. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, we inside. That's me. That's my mind adjusting. Because I'm like, bam, okay, boom. Because people, in basketball, motherfuckers adjust motherfucking height and shit. They just adjust height. You know what I mean? They have about 1 or 2 inches. So, you know what I'm saying? I got to see it. That's how I'm a coach like that. I don't read in the word, you know what I mean? Like word in paper shit, right? So I got to see these motherfuckers line up. So then once they line up, I'm like, all right, bet. So boom, I'm already making an adjustment. If we got the height, bam, we're going to work on the paint. Like, most of our points are coming from the paint. That's just how I am. You know what I mean? Unless, you know what I'm saying, we got, you know what I'm saying, a lot of congestion that happens in there. A lot of, you know what I'm saying, people that dig, that we popping out and cracking your head. So, but once again, that's another adjustment that your mind's got to be able to make on the fly. For me, the adjustment has to come within 2 to 3 minutes of the game. You know what I mean? The next adjustment has to come 2 or 3 minutes into the game, because at that point in time, you're either, if you're playing up how you should be, playing aggressive, then you're testing out your opponent. Because if you're playing up and they're not that good at handling the ball, you're going to get some turnovers. Bam! Now we're adjusting into what kind of game that's going to be. They'll have good ball handlers, right? You can see in tape, but that's playing against other teams, how they play against you. You know what I'm saying? That's why you put pressure on them right away, to see how they handle the pressure. Let's see how you handle the pressure. And not only to see how they handle the pressure, but now you get to see how the refs are going to handle the way you play when you play with pressure. You see what I'm saying? Because if the referees don't get tested, now you get down, you're reaching for, you know what I mean? Like you're reaching for stuff and the game's already been going on and they calling things, you're shocked because you didn't test it out at first. You got to test it out at first. You know what I'm saying? Okay, bam, they letting us bang a little bit. All right, bet then. You know what I'm saying? Start pushing. If you ain't got the ball, I'm gonna throw you on the ground or something. You know what I mean? They ain't calling shit. We ride. You know what I'm saying? And you got to test the referees too, because that's an adjustment. That's a huge adjustment, especially if you're an aggressive team. You start realizing you have, within 2 to 3 minutes, you start realizing you got 2 fouls already called on you. Yeah, these referees been a little tight with it. You know what I mean? Now that's an adjustment you got to make. You got to be like, okay, we're backing up. You know what I'm saying? Hands up, hands high. You know what I mean? You're closing out. Just and control the ball, right? And it becomes a coaching versus coaching type of situation because the other team's coach is making the same should be making the same adjustments on the fly like you are. But I mean, you got to if you run into coaches that stick with something the whole time, that's easy. That's easy work. You know what I'm saying? Like, because once you stop it now, and they're like, okay, they're trying to go back to it again, and you stop it again, and so you have if you adjust yourself to be the type of person that can make the adjustments on the fly and really give yourself a chance to test out the other team, test out the referees and how they're calling the game, and just test out how the flow of the game would be if you were to fly around and be wild and stuff like that. Because what I'm saying, like I said, when it comes to coaching versus coaching, it's like a chess game. You know what I'm saying? You got to be 2 moves ahead. You know what I mean? I think the more you play aggressive, the more ahead you play because you put a team at a disadvantage. They have to start their offense further up the court. They have to have their back to the basket a little bit more to protect the ball. They possibly get rattled, and when you put yourself in that position to make a chess move, now you're like, okay, I've already got my team ready for once they start getting those guys to start acting like that, throwing turnovers, making bad decisions, dribbling, taking bad shots. Okay, now I know once we get it, we're running, right? And putting yourself in a position to where if they do counteract something, now you're already ready for another way to change the momentum and stop what they're doing again. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're playing aggressive, they're going in the paint. Maybe now a sink off. You know what I'm saying? They ain't showing you they can hit anything yet, so sink off so you can collapse and double in the paint. You know what I mean? Big man don't want to throw it out. You know what I'm saying? He just he just throws it up. Boom. All you gotta do is dig, get that up out of it. You know what I mean? So you got to start teaching the young people how to play chess also, especially your point guards, because your point guards are an extension of the coach, and they help control the flow of the game. You know what I'm saying? They can make it so we running. They can make it so that we, you know what I'm saying? They can make it so that we slow it down, run a play, and they help control on the defensive end. You know what I'm saying? Slowing down the offense, putting them at an uncomfortable position, running their play, and a lot of that is called being proactive. You got to be proactive. I think that helps you have a chess set mind piece. Because if you're proactive, a lot of kids are reactive. I say this all the time. I say this kind of stuff all the time, man. You've heard it before. But you got a lot of kids that are more reactive than they are proactive. So one of the things that I talk to my son about is about baiting. You got to learn how to bait. It's a chess move. You know what I'm saying? I like to play like, especially when I'm playing, I like to play like I'm leaving somebody open, like they're open, so that I can test the offense to see if they'll make that pass. And then if they do get the pass through that time, I'll be like, okay, from now on, you won't get that pass through. That's just how I am. Because now I'm like, I know you're gonna throw that pass, so now I can chess move. Now I can get myself in a position where I was playing the same defense as before when it got through, but now I know to react at the same time at the same time that I saw it. I know to already react and be there. That's being proactive, which is a bait move. So, you know what I mean? That's a technique where it's very useful when you're with a team that passes a lot because, like I said, you can bait them into making that pass. Otherwise, you're going to get picked apart and you got to mix it up a little bit. So you can't always just be aggressive. You know what I'm saying? And you can't always uh, um, come out. One of the things I thought was crazy is how it's thought of to be the same voice. I think that culture right now of being the same voice is not getting us anywhere. I think it's okay for it to be different voices. I think that someone is okay to step up and say, "Hey, look, no, this ain't working." And especially like me personally, I'm like that because, like I said, I can pick it up in 2 or 3 minutes. I can see the vibe on the court in 2 or 3 minutes, and like it don't take me like a whole 10. It don't take me like a half and 10 minutes into the second half to realize something ain't working. It takes me 2 or 3 minutes to realize, okay, our matchup, this is what's going to happen. It shouldn't take that long. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why you got to have different voices because people are seeing the game at different speeds. People are seeing the game. A picture has 1,000 words. That's because it's 1,000 people that see 1,000 different things. You know what I'm saying? So, if you think of it like that, you gotta have those different voices. It's very important because people see it differently, and you get their perspective, and it just adds to it. Because if you don't listen to everybody else in different voices and add those things into what you're saying, it becomes insanity because you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And everybody in this earth knows that that's the definition of insanity. That's insane. If you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, you gotta make the adjustment. You gotta make that adjustment, man. And it might hurt somebody's feelings. It may, but you gotta make the adjustment. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pull the strings. Um, Matter of fact, I'll give you an example. So one game I'm watching, and um, they hooping, jump ball. Once again, I'm telling you, this is how I am. This is me. Once again, I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, dang, three of our guys are bigger than their whole team, or excuse me, their whole five that's on the floor. So we got three guys that are bigger than everybody on the floor on their team. I'm like, yo. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, these dudes don't see this. Adjustment time, right? That's just me. Adjustment time. Every play right now needs to be straight at the basket. We're taller than them. We're good. These are easy, high percentage baskets. Okay, boom. Come out, boom. Jump shot, miss. Okay, go down. Indeed, they score. Boom, come down. Run another play. Boom, jump shot, miss. I'm like, okay. All right, well, they come down. You know what I'm saying? They miss. We get the ball. We come down. Um, um, uh, One of the little homies, bang, bang, yep, layup. I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Boom, go down. They make one, come down. Little homie come, another little homie, crossover, lay to the lane. I'm like, all right, we get it. We can get it, right? Boom, come down. They hit, we come down, they run a play, jump shot, brick. We get the rebound, though. We get the rebound, put it right back up easy. I'm like, you know me, I'll pop off. You know me. So I'm like, you mean to tell me no, my bad. I didn't pop off yet. Because they go down, they score, we come down, they run a play for the three. Shoot the three, miss. I said, you mean that's when I popped off. I'm like, you mean to tell me that we just scored 3 layups in a row? We're shooting 100% from layups. We're shooting 0% from jump shots, and we're still running jump shot plays. Like, that's the definition of insanity I'm talking about. 2-3 minutes, and it had been 7 minutes in the game through all that. I'm like, yo, I got that within the first jump ball. I got that before jump ball. Like, how are we not making that adjustment? How are we not realizing that? Because that's what I'm saying. It doesn't give kids a sense of saying, okay, whatever we was learning, okay, now we gotta switch it. You know what I'm saying? Now we gotta switch it. And that's what the whole playing aggressive is. Because once you teach kids to play aggressive, they can get with anything else. Because now they're like, oh, they understand, okay, I gotta play harder. So whatever we're doing, I gotta do it harder. You know what I'm saying? So jump shots, you end up start hitting those more because now you know you gotta step it up. But if you're not hitting those, you understand how to go to the rack. Okay. And I'm going to the rack. I got to go rack harder. You know what I'm saying? And once we teach them that mindset of understanding how to do that and make those adjustments and ask and request of them, they can understand and learn how to start playing chess moves now. Because when they get stuck thinking that doing the one thing and being complacent about the one thing they do is cool, they're going to get stuck in that. And that's all you're going to get from them. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to mix it up. You know what I'm saying? And you know me the most. Hey, I said Charles Barkley said it the best. You know what I mean? You can take what I'm saying with a grain of salt if you want. But jump shooters do not win championships. And the little homie got me, he said Golden State. I knew you were going to say Golden State, but that's different. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry is not from here. He's not from this earth. So that disqualifies under under my what they be doing with LeBron. The bubble one don't count. So yeah, all Steph don't count too because he's not from this earth. You know what I'm saying? But jump shooters don't win championships, man. Because the percentages are so high, especially when tough defense is playing on you. Because in playoffs, that's when they referees will be calling stuff. They be like, yo, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So your kids got to be okay with getting money in the paint. You know how many times I see a guy coming down and it's a 2-on-1, and the guy's going to the layup, and then the other guy fades out to the 3. Run the lane, layup, go to the back, or they're open, and the driver the defense steps up, and they go to short corner and stop, rather than go all the way through to the lane to get that layup. You know what I'm saying? It's a fear for the paint, man. I think it's a fear for the paint, man. But that's why I'm trying to give the word, man, that jump shooters do not win championships. People be settling for jump shots. Okay, yeah, take jump shots. If you feel it, if you hit a jump shot, if you shoot a jump shot, you miss one. Okay. If you're a jump shooter, okay. If you're not a jump shooter, don't do it again. Don't do it again till you see it go through the motherfucking basket, right? But shooters, 2, maybe 3. If you like the coldest shooter, you know what I'm saying? I'll give Treyway that way. I give Treyway that. I give him that leash. You know what I'm saying? I let him loose on that because he can go to 3. You know what I'm saying? But most people can go 2. You know what I mean? That I rock with. My boys go 2. New dudes 1. I give you one chance, and I'm like, get to the damn rack. You know what I'm saying? I think teaching them how to be a drive and kick player. You got to teach them how to be. You got one of the biggest things that I ever told one of the biggest players in the state of Minnesota. I said, young man, young fella, you have to learn when to pass the ball. Now, you being at a young age, when I said it, he misinterpreted and thought I said you don't pass the ball, but that's not what I said. I said you need to learn when to pass the ball, and that's a big thing because I've seen that a lot tonight. I've seen that a lot in videos that I watch. Is there's always 1 or 2 extra dribbles from when the pass should have been made. I don't be getting that. I don't understand how people, and you watch, because everything in this video age. This is why I talk the way I talk too, because everything in this video age can be seen. I can slow motion, I can put it on TV. I can show you what I'm saying. And guys be trying to make it so that people can't even. I don't know where it's coming from, right? I don't know if it's like people just don't want people. I don't get it, because if you slow it down, right, and you look, right, you can literally see a moment when the person is dribbling the ball and they head turn. I'm telling you, man, you think I'm lying. That's why I'm telling you. That's why when people talk crazy and talk blow smoke up your ass, right? You know, I'm not a blow smoke up your ass person. I talk real. I say real. You can watch the video and watch a player literally drive the basketball and look. You can slow motion it. He'll look at the person wide the fuck open. He'll literally look, and she too. Y'all girls be doing this shit too. I done seen some girl games. Look, and then just straight up see 2 people in front of him. See 2 people that look at the teammate wide open and say, "I'm going to fucking rack." You know what I'm saying? Dude, you can slow motion and stuff. This stuff is on TV, bro. It happens all the time, bro. It happens all the time. You know what I mean? But that's the thing about it, is it's so commonality for players they don't even understand that that's a bad play, right? They don't even understand it. You know what I'm saying? And then because of the fact that percentage-wise, when they do make it, it's like, yeah, I just made it. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna argue with me now? I made it, right? I made it over 2, 3 people. Nobody's gonna argue with that. You're right. They're not. I am. I am. Even if you make it, I'm gonna tell you that was a bad shot, young man. That's how I roll. You know what I mean? Because people have to be, uh, uh, um, they got to be called out, man. You know what I'm saying? And you can't have a problem with calling players out. You know what I'm saying? Especially because it, it gives them the respect of knowing that you care about their development. You care about them being better players. I don't want you to just be the same player you were when I first messed you, when I first got with you, when I first started coaching you. However you were, I want you to develop into a better player. That's why I give you the jewels and the words that I say, because it's going to teach you how to be a better player. And if you're already a good player and I can make you a better player, if listen to the words that come out of my mouth, people. If you're already a good player and I'm telling you I can make you a better player, what's after good? Great. Because great ain't nothing but being good every single day. And unfortunately for athletes, what that means is being good every time you're on the floor, on the field. That's what it means. Being great just means you're good every time you're out there. You know, and I hate to digress for a minute, but you know, that's why I feel for my son, man. That's why I feel for my son, man, because it's like these people really didn't understand who this dude was. Like on some real shit. Like it's just so like people just waited. You know what I'm saying? Like didn't understand the type of commodity of a young man, a young athlete that they had. You know what I'm saying? To sit there and wait. And I told him, I mean, with the football team, I told him, I said, look, dude, if what's his name is Joe, you know what I'm saying? QB dog, it's gonna mess up your. I told him, I told coach too. I said it's gonna mess up his offensive career if he is. He's not gonna pass him the ball. I told him that. You know what I'm saying? But then guess what? Guess what? The last games, you know what I'm saying, his boy, his QB, you know what I'm saying, QB1 doing the rock. He was everywhere. Catching balls on a 7, you know what I'm saying, 7-yard line, carrying motherfucking 4 or 5 defenders to the 11, to the 12 line, first down. You know what I'm saying? The football team waited, man. Basketball team waited, man. Told him, man. He just wanted to be so right against me. Get it? That and like literally swear to God, that's all it is. Just to be right against me. They gotta be right against me. My brother went to the league. Ain't no way he had nothing to do with that. Larry went to the league. Ain't no fucking way he had anything to do with them niggas. His son going to Columbus. Ain't no fucking way he got nothing to do with his son going there. Little Lincoln out here killing him. Ain't no way he can be doing anything for him. I don't know if y'all people see, but I might be right. Figure it out. Hey, but I'm saying, man, look, I put my hand, I told y'all, man, I don't be doing nothing like that. Everybody gets out sometimes on TV. I love everybody though, man. And the just man, why did they wait, man? We would be cold. That's the thing about it though, man. Like I think the biggest thing for me about it, I'm sorry, just one more digress. I told you I'm gonna be out of here in a minute. That's the biggest thing about it for me was I I won with these same group of kids. How the fuck you lose with the same group of kids that I won with, and then tell me that when we won, ain't matter. When all we did was win. I mean, take a look at it. First year when I wasn't there, we was 4-20. Second year when I was there, I was only in 10th grade though, we was 500. Last year when I was on JV and part of varsity, we was 22-6. 22-6. Now this year, with all the controversy, and I had to move away, we are 5-5. I know. What's crazy is like I get it, and like what's crazy is the most part is the pridefulness against who they're being prideful against. Like you don't even have to be prideful against me. Like the type of dude I am, the type of love I show everybody, which is why niggas be on a different motherfucking level because I get that real motherfucking love. That's why kids be on a different level because I get that real love. You know what I'm saying? I care about what they're talking about. I care about them. I speak for these kids. And people don't understand. And I tell people this all the time. I said, I don't know what it is about me, but I know how to bring the best out of these kids. And I tell them that every single time. I bring out the best in these kids. So you remove me and you don't see them not doing the best, do you? That's okay. That's okay. Hey, man, if you listen to what I'm saying out there in the world, man, blessings, man. Blessings to you. If you don't, pass it on to somebody. You know what I mean? Because on the gods, man. You know what I'm saying? With your boy, I told my boy yesterday, bro, last week, Jack Nicholson. You need me on that wall. You want me on that wall. you guys use honor, words like honor and code, like a punchline. Oh God, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I use that word, that shit on my chest. You know what I mean? I wear that on my chest, man. Like that's on the gods, man. My phone is open, man. My line is open, bro. And that's on the God, bro. That's the thing about it. And I told y'all, and I preached to y'all before, man. That's what's wrong with our community now. With the oppressed, always takes the traits of the oppressor. And then they're so funny. I seen a movie one day or a little clip on a Facebook little clip or whatever, and it was an elite. These elite. These are some of the elite whites, and they were having a dinner. You know what I'm saying? A big ball in a big ball, big dinner hall, and they sitting over there talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, well, we're gonna do about them people, you know what I'm saying, revolting and stuff like that. And they're like, but the minorities revolting. And dude was like, yo, we ain't gotta worry about them. He's like, I got a plan. He said, what's the plan? He's like, we're gonna give them, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna give them what we got. Like, what? Like, yeah, we're gonna give them what we got. We're gonna introduce them to the luxury life. He's like, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a few of them and give them luxury life. Make them feel like they one of us. Make them feel like they one of us. You know what I'm saying? So then that way, you know what I mean? Systematically, they working for us because they gonna start putting down their own. Gods, man. Now, look, man. I pop my shit. Yes, sir. I do. I pop my shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But the things I'm saying is correct, bro. The things I'm saying is correct. That's the most hardest thing for somebody to take that can't understand it. Here's a quote. Here's something that I saw. It says, the test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two or more opposed ideas in mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function. That's from F. Scott Fitzgerald. And we're going to close out on this. You got to be able to add in something that's different, especially when you know that it works. You have to be able to add that in order to make adjustments. You have to be able to. You can't be sublime. You can't be just fucking, like I said, insane and just keep going with the same thing. You have to be willing willing to ride with something that's subjective to your own idea, but keep your own idea, because it's not like let's get away with your idea, but let's just put that on the shelf for right now and try this. And let's say when we try this don't work, we come back with that idea. And then if that don't work again, we come back. You know what I'm saying? And your mind has to be able to control both of those at the same time so that you can make that adjustment like that. And if you're coaching that, and if you're teaching that, and you're training that, your young people can make that adjustment for you on the fly as well. Because one thing that's hard to do as a coach is to let the players play through it. I have to do that sometimes. Sometimes I do it for a learning skill. I used to let these young guys, man, these 2026 kids, man, I used to let them run wild, man. And the thing about it that was so funny is that my boys know this, you know, especially with TJ, right? Let him play through it. I think one of the funnest things was to watch my guys do it the way they do it. I mean, on the football field, they used to be pissing me off. They used to piss me off because they were like, they knew, which they were smart about, because they knew that parents would be mad if they gave TJ every play, every touchdown, 17 touchdowns, whatever. So they, saying, they give everybody the ball, Like, we come down, we run plays, whatever, nothing's working, right? And they'd be like, I'd be like, yo, man, I'd be like, yo, and they'd be like, oh, yo, TJ, I got you, I got you. See, I got you. Watch this. And they run a little play, boom, 80-yard TD. And it was good to see that, man. Like, to just see them allow him to play through mistakes, because one of the biggest things I've said before is that it's imperative to let players stay on the floor that do more good than they do bad. We're going to do bad. You're going to make mistakes, but if you're out there and you make more good things happen than you do mistakes, you get the leash to be able to play through it. And it's easier to figure out how to make the adjustments if you have enough players out there that are doing that, to where you can allow them to just be out there flying around, pushing, aggressive, getting up and down the floor, because kids deserve to be able to play like that. But you got to be able to adjust to how that goes, and making adjustments is a huge thing. As a coach, I think that's one of the best things that I'm able at doing and recognizing is making adjustments. And I've done that before. I'm gonna close on this note. I've done that before. I had a parent one time give me a suggestion, and the parent wasn't somebody that was like cool. You know what I mean? It wasn't a cool conversation. But being the person I am, like I said, holding two ideas at the same time, saying, okay, the thing never shutting down, never telling the thing that the person is saying is not going to work. You know what I'm saying? But just saying, hey, this is my perception of it, and then eventually taking away from that and saying, okay, well, let me try what this person is saying. We got to be able to do that in today's game, coaches. We got to change things up. We got to change things up, man. It's crazy out here. We got to make adjustments. We got to make adjustments, man. And now is the time to make an adjustment. And yeah, man. I hope you feel me, man, on what I'm saying. Love everybody, man. It's your boy, man. 800 to Stiz House, man. I'm up out of here tonight, man. I can stay a little bit longer. I can get winded. I love y'all, man. Blessings to everybody if you listen to it. And if you don't, it's all good. Pass it to somebody else, man. Well,